My name is Elena, and this video is a bit different from the other videos I've done because it's based on a personal story of mine. The other day, something was said to me that instantly hurt my feelings, and I noticed a few days later that I was still insulted. Whenever I thought about that person and about what they said, I realized I was just reliving that initial sting over and over again. So I went outside that morning and did a personal tapping session to release all of that pent-up emotion that I was still carrying. And I took an audio recording of it, which I'll be sharing with you in a few minutes. And just a heads up, there were some really noisy crows in the background that I can't completely edit out. And I apologize in advance if I sound a bit quiet at times. But there's something really important that I want to point out first. When something is said or done that hurts our feelings, our discomfort is never about them. It's always a reflection of how we perceive what they said or did. It's about the stories that we attach to it all, because we put the meaning on everything. For example, if someone called you a purple caterpillar, you'd probably just shrug it off, or maybe you'd think they're nuts. But if someone insulted your pride or your intelligence, it could be easy to feel hurt by it. The trick is to catch ourselves when that insult continues to fester within us. Tapping always helps me to untwist those pent-up feelings that I'm holding on to and allows me to let them go and move through it. So when something insulting triggers us, it's because there's a part of us that believes what they said is true. But our truth never causes us discomfort. So when something hurts our feelings, it's a sign that we are buying into a fabricated story in our mind. And in that moment of discomfort, we are disconnected from our true self, because our true self never feels uncomfortable. From that vantage point of our true self or inner being, we are always being led to see things clearly and with a deep understanding. This is why I love tapping so much, because it always brings me clarity and understanding and peace of mind, and really helps me to make sense and let go of all that I don't need to be carrying around in my mind. So I'll tap along with this recording so that you can tap along with me if you're not familiar with the tapping points, or you can watch this video to get a quick lesson. And if you are familiar with the tapping points, I suggest you just close your eyes and tap along while you listen so that you can really focus on what is going on in your own mind about your own situation. Hopefully this helps you, like it did for me that morning, to get past my hurt feelings. It's just not worth holding on to a painful past. So start by tapping on your thymus gland, just in front of your heart. Close your eyes and take a deep breath and sense into your body to notice where you're holding the painful stories that hurt your feelings. And rate this feeling on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most intense. Taking full responsibility for your own emotional well-being, we'll start by tapping on the karate chop point.
Even though you said what you said, you did what you did, and I really didn't like it, I'm choosing right now to feel okay with how I feel. I'm okay with how I feel. And I'm choosing me over the hurt feelings. Even though you hurt my feelings, I'm ready to explore what's underneath these feelings. Even though I really don't like what you said to me, and I don't like how it made me feel, I'm choosing to do something different so that I can move beyond this. You said it. You said it in front of everyone. And it wasn't meant as a compliment. could tell you were trying to hurt my feelings to make a point. And I was instantly mad. I was instantly hurt. And all kinds of other stories came rushing to the surface to support those feelings about you. How you've done this to me before. How it doesn't surprise me that you said this. And I instantly just wanted to hurt you back with my words. But instead, I just kept it all inside. And now that anger is growing inside of me, and there's a part of me that believes that if I stay mad at you, you'll learn your lesson. But I also know that you probably don't even remember saying it. You've moved on. And I'm stuck reliving that story over and over in my head. And I'm the one who suffers. So I think it's my job to prove myself that you're wrong and I'm right by holding on to this anger, holding a grudge, staying mad and hurt because of what you said. But if you've moved on already, who am I hurting? Just hurting myself. So it's time for me to wise up, get aligned with who I really am, join my true self on the other side of the anger. Let it go. Just let it go. Just let it go. Noticing that my jaw is still clenched. I'm stubborn. I don't want to let it go. Because then somehow that means you're right. So there's a part of me that's stubbornly holding on to the anger. Because what would happen if I let it go? That would somehow justify what you said or did. But what do I ultimately want? I want to feel peace. Even if that looks like moving on from this, not being responsible for your actions, but being responsible for mine. Whether or not you take responsibility for what you said or did to me, it's none of my business. My job is to keep my nose in my own business. That's how I create my best life. And ultimately, I do want to create my best life. Because I have a choice. It's either hold on to everyone else's shit, take it on as my own, or keep my nose in my business and clean up my own shit. And I'm ready to take care of myself so that I can be a better person to others. So this anger and frustration and sadness and hurt feelings that I'm holding on to is asking me to love it instead. Those feelings just want to be felt and accepted and acknowledged without the story. And I'm choosing to do that right now. Choosing to let it go right now. You're off the hook from my anger. And more importantly, I'm taking myself off the hook from my anger. Because I don't want anger to hold all the power. So I'm letting it go. Letting it go. Forgive myself for holding on to this anger because of you. Also pointed out that if someone does it to me, it makes me feel this way. There's a good chance that I've made others feel this way, either intentionally or without knowing. So I'm choosing now to forgive myself. Forgive the person who hurt me. Because we're all in this together. And I'm consciously putting an end to that program so that I don't keep passing it on. Which means I will not be a vibrational match to someone else doing it to me. And even if they do try to insult me, if I'm not a vibrational match, their words won't hurt. They can't dig in like a knife. That only happens when I'm holding the same feeling on that vibrational plane. So I can move myself up the emotional scale, move to a higher consciousness, where the sting and the pain of someone's words flies right past me and isn't able to dig its claws into my heart. Feeling the relief that I've moved past this anger and these hurt feelings. Giving myself the credit that I can do this on any subject. Just recognize what's got me stopped in my tracks, twisted up. Sit with it for a minute. Feel it fully. Notice where I'm holding it in my body. Listen to all of the thoughts that are attached to those feelings. And notice that the truth behind it is always love. It's just masked by my stories about it. All of the memories about it. All of those thoughts and feelings are tied up with my past. A story from my past that no longer exists. But as I keep replaying it in my mind, I keep it alive within me. And the pain continues to fester until I bring it to my meditation and process my way through it, move past it. So I'm choosing now to move through it, see that I'm on the other side of it, feeling the satisfaction, the fulfillment, the relief from no longer carrying that anger and resentment and sadness and hurt feelings in my body.
So just keep your hand on your heart for a minute and just tune back into your body, paying attention to any changes, any release that has happened. Notice if you're still hurt by that story that was playing in your mind before. And just give yourself some credit for being kind and gentle to yourself and giving yourself a moment to really process through those hurt feelings that you were keeping inside of you. So you can join me every Thursday for more videos, and please feel free to subscribe to my channel so you never miss an opportunity to tap away all of the discomfort and stress that we hold on to. You got this. Thank you for watching, and keep tapping into your true self.